Ravens fans, what's going on? Mr. Voiceman here once again. Uh, whew, I tell you what a difference 2 quarters makes. That first quarters actually halves. 4 quarters would be the correct terminology. But two unbelievably different teams showed up on Sunday. The first half, that offensive line once again just was horrible. Flacco had no time back there. Fumble, some will go directly and blame him, but to me, yeah, it's 50-50. If the O-line blocks, perhaps he doesn't need to scramble like he did to get the ball knocked, but at the same time, if he had a little more presence, he would have known to tuck it and make sure he didn't lose the ball. But offense just didn't work. Run game was non-existent. I mean, the drive didn't go so badly, but just penalties everywhere. Garage just looks overmatched all the time, and McKinney, he is a big fat man who was put there for one reason only, and that is to get in the way. He's strong. He's got some talent. Obviously, we signed him. But since week 1 at Pittsburgh, I honestly think Pittsburgh was an overachievement for him. He's not really impressed me with anything. Those outside speed rushers like your Mathis and Freeney's, they absolutely have a field day with him, and it just scares me going forward that he is going to miss somebody and Flacco is going to get bent in half because of him. Ben Grubbs is sorely missed. But then that second half came along, and my goodness gracious, what a difference Cam Cameron stepping out of the way makes. As you saw, we went for a lot of shotgun sets and formations, a lot of hurry-up offense, and as you could actually see at some points, Flacco was actually able to call his own plays and line up what he wanted to see. And because of that, we were able to move the ball at will, no questions asked, and we staged the biggest comeback in Ravens history and ended up beating the Cardinals 30-27. Definitely not what I thought was going to be the case. I thought the Ravens would come out, they'd dominate, they would enforce their will, and just absolutely just make the Cardinals just fall down at their feet and do as they commanded. It was slated to be that type of game. But perhaps that first half of absolute patheticness, or just absolute foul football, is exactly what the team needed to get that fire under the ass and actually come out and play Raven football like we know they're capable of. I mean, 24-6 in the first half, and then to outscore your opponent 24-3, that's unheard of. That is absolute dominance in the second half. The run game just might not have gotten going as well as we hoped it would, but once again, I owe that up to the offensive line. But Flacco calling his plays and getting his quick reads out of the gun, it allowed his receivers time to get separation on the outside and the press man that Arizona tried to employ, and we just owned them. It was a thing of beauty for the first time ever, I could actually say, since, no, not the Jets game, probably the Rams game, where Joe looked comfortable back there, the receivers played damn fine football, and you gotta love the effort that Anquan Bolden put up. According to a lot of reports in the second, during halftime, Flacco, Vontae Leach, and Bolden, all three of them stood up in front of the offense and just say, guys, wake the hell up, we can play 10 times better football than this. And let a big old fire right underneath that Raven ass, because they came out swinging big time. And supposedly as well, Bolden and Flacco kind of had a little powwow, which obviously was to say, Bolden said, throw me the damn ball, I'll go up and get it, let's kick these guys' butts, I'm not losing to my former team. And damn if he didn't get that message. Bolden finishes the day with 7 catches for 145 yards. He absolutely just dominates his matchups. A lot of people think, oh, the refs gave him that game. That was some of the most blatant pass interference calls I've ever seen in my life. Secondary had no answer for our receivers. Had to drape over him, had to tug the jerseys, had to hold on to him, had to do leapfrogs over him. They could not find a way to stop us. So, it was a thing of beauty. Loved what we saw in Arizona. But now here comes the true test. Since week 1, it's a tale of two different teams. Steelers have looked absolutely amazing, as much as it pains me to say. And the Ravens, they've been up and down like a sail ship on a rough water. It's going to be a tough one. But I'm not talking about that one yet. We have a big series of videos coming up for the Steelers game. But that being said, love the effort my boys put in. Big props to Arizona Cardinals. You know, they had me sweating big time. If not to scare the neighbors and the people I was watching the game with, I might have had to start stripping clothes. That's how hot and sweaty I got watching this game. It was scary. It was a very scary experience. But we came out on top, just like I know my boys can. And that being said, big shout out to my Baltimore Ravens Rain Gang on YouTube. Much respect for you guys. Big group of Ravens fans. Go check them all out. And yeah, Mr. Voiceman will be back again real soon, and we'll start talking about that Steelers matchup. A lot of key injuries on both sides of football, that is. So could be the tale of whoever you know, enforces their will upon the opponent first. But we shall see. Until then, this is your man, Mr. Voiceman, saying, "Go Ravens," and we'll talk to you soon.